Well, I'm out here in the woods today. Going to go over some ground I've been over a dozen times. I'll take the old AT Pro out there and see if I can crank the sensitivity up and maybe find some deep signals. See if there's something out here I've passed. Just got an hour or two out here to play around, so I thought I'd come on out in the woods, see what I could do. I'll check in with you if I'm able to find anything. Signal here, and I've already opened up the hole. It's kind of a, I know for sure it's not a non-ferrous metal, but I'm digging it just because it's blowing my ears out. I've already got the hole opened up. I'm getting ready to pinpoint it. I'll let you take a look. Well, there it is. Found a bunch of these out here. Old file, broken file. It's fun. It's a decent find, a little relic. I imagine that's because of all the logging that went on out here. I find a lot of circular files, and I've probably my third flat file I've found out here. So yeah, just goes to show you this is an area I've been over before. Probably may have been a signal I didn't dig because it was ferrous, but went out today, and it's my first diggable, well, videoable find, and not bad, not exciting, but a find nonetheless. I'll check back with you if I find anything else. I've got a signal just a few feet away from that file, and it's screaming loud and proud. High 70s, low 80s. Most likely it's going to be a beer can, but I figured I'd show this one just so you can see what it's like. I haven't kicked away the pine straw or nothing yet. I just got a good signal. I'll let you take a look at it on the AT Pro. If that's a coin, that sure would be nice, but I imagine it's probably going to be probably aluminum, or as Deep Digger Dan would say, aluminium. So let's take a look together. Well, that's encouraging. It's still in the ground. It wasn't right there in the pine straw, so it's showing up. Still showing up as a 78, about 6 inches deep. So let me dig it, and I'll check back with you. Hang on just a sec. Well, like I said, it was probably going to be some aluminium. There it is down there in the hole. You can see it. It's an old can. I think you can see it. Buried deep in there. So you fooled me. I was wishful thinking, wishful digging. But that's about 80%, 85% of what you dig is trash, but you got to dig them. You just never know. I'll check back with you if I find anything else. Well, I got the hole opened up a little bit. Let's see if we can pinpoint it. Must not be uncovered yet. I think we can't get a little deeper in here. Sure would be nice if this was something other than a beer can. Chances of that out here are probably not that great, but boy, it would be nice. Clearly I'm not on it, so let me check back with you. Another signal here. I got a dip in one of these old Georgia rednecks here, so you have to excuse me. But take a look at what it's giving me on the AT Pro. Bouncing around. 35, 50, up into the 70s every once in a while. So it's one of those scratchy signals, so I guess I'm going to have to dig it. Shows to be pretty deep, probably big iron or something round, piece of round or flat iron, giving me a false signal, at least based on what I've been hearing aqua chigger and guys like that say. So I'm the newbie digger, I'm the amateur digger, so let me put the theory to work. Let me dig on it for a minute, and I'll check back in with you when I got it unearthed. Plug out of the ground, not in the hole. I'm betting it's a fired bullet or a 22 casing, something like that. Well, there it is. I think that's it. Fired 22, best I can figure. Well, that's good. I dug a signal that made sense to dig. It was kind of scratchy. It's up in the 50s. Of course, I was Aqua Chigger or somebody like that. It'd be a musket ball or round ball or something exciting. But out here in just everyday rural Georgia, actually, I guess this is country suburbs. Out here in the woods where I dig, that's what you get. You get a fired 22. Fun to dig, better than digging old round nail, but ain't a mini ball. Down for that deer skull, I got an iron signal, and since there's not many signals out here, I go ahead and dig those just because, you know, if it's a good signal, I'll dig it. And it's finds like this that keep me searching out here. To me, that's an old square nail. I hope I'm right. I guess I'm right. And it's old. So it tells me that, you know, there's something out here. There's some stuff with age out here. I found an old axe head and a few things like that. That's what keeps me digging out here. That's a good little find. I mean, it's a nail. I usually won't dig a 26, 27 signal. Excuse me. But that's the kind of signal sometimes I'll dig, and that's what it ended up being. So that's all right. Tells me there's something going on in this area, and maybe I'll get lucky someday and I'll find something good. I hope when I do, you're with me. I'll let you see it. You know, just being out here in the woods is half the fun for me as far as metal detecting. You never know what you're going to run across. I'm always on the look this time of year for deer shed. I hadn't found any deer shed, but I did come across this skull. It's like a small doe. Must have gotten taken down by something. Died out here. Look around, see what else there might be. Yeah, see, it's like a lower jaw. Yep, lower jaw. That same deer probably. Never know what you're going to run across. I found a 8-point, small little 8-point the other day, skull with antlers still on it. I tried to do paint dipping on the skull. I'll show you that. I'll probably do the same with this one. I'll bring this back to the shed, put it up with my finds. When I get up there, I'll show you some of the finds on my table, some of my best little finds, which, you know, ain't nothing like these big time hunters, but I'm working on it. If I had some better ground to hunt, I'd probably do a lot better. That's one of the things I'm working on as a new digger, trying to figure out where else I can go, where I can go legally. Try to find other things to dig, try to find land that's more productive. But I just like being out in the woods. That's the most fun to me, just being out here amongst nature. I'll check back in with you when I get up to the shed, and I'll show you some of my finds. Like I was telling you, I'll show you my relic table just to give you a little bit of background. I started metal detecting a couple years ago when I bought myself a Ace 250. I was going to the beach, and I said, I've always wanted one. I'm gonna go get me one. I ordered one on Calico, got it, did it at the beach, and didn't do well at all. Didn't know how to use it. Kids were, couldn't concentrate on it, and I put it in the closet, and it sat there for the better part of that whole year. I ended up we moved out here and had some land behind the house, got it back out, started hunting with it, started watching videos, decided I wanted to get me a Garrett AT Pro, which I did. And I started having a whole lot more luck with that, being able to discriminate and understood how to use it, and kind of got good with it. But let me show you my my relic table. This here's my shed. Built me a little shed out here so I could have a place to put my stuff and hang out, put the four-wheelers. But take a look at what I got here. Some of the things I found. Found these old spikes here, which I think are pretty cool. This one's still got a piece of wood on it where it was driven into an old timber or log. Found these down by a creek we got down there, and I'll show you that in one of my future videos. Probably the best things I've ever found be this old pistol. Looks like it may be like a 32, broken obviously. Found that. Found this old axe head, which I'm kind of fond of. Found this knife, this old pocket knife, which I like a lot. This whole looks like an old hunt knife. Here's another knife where you can see the tang still on it, but the handle's gone. Looks like it's pretty good and old. Kind of fond of that one too. Lots of horseshoes. Lots of plow points. Old piece of an old shovel, which I kind of like. Found some old bottles. They're not real old, probably 50s, 40s, 50s. I'm kind of fond of those. Old stirrup, which was one of my first finds after I got my new Garrett AT Pro, and that got me excited. Let me know there's probably things out there to be found. There's one of the deer skulls I dipped in paint. Turned out pretty good. See an old choker there from where they were logging this land, I reckon. Here's some of the other things I found. Like I said, I found a lot of round chisels. And I imagine that's from them when they were out there logging, sharpening their chainsaws and whatnot. Some buckles, some old buckles. I know Digger Dan loves buckles. I kind of like them too. When I first started finding them, I got real excited about it. I find these things a lot. I'm not sure what that is. If anybody knows, I'd love for somebody to tell me. I figure it has something to do with farming, but I found a lot of those. Found a few old buttons. This one in particular, can't quite figure out. I believe it's pewter. Obviously the shank's missing from it, but it's kind of strange. It's real heavy, real solid. I think it's a button. I'm assuming it's a button, but not positive. But I like that one a lot. Old hoe. Can't really see it. It's dark there. Old hoe. Some old bottles. Lots and lots of nails. Found that old trap out there. Lots of this forged chain, you know. It's clearly, this is old hand forged chain. I find lots of pieces of it. It's not modern, you know. I'm figuring turn of the century, you know, 1900s, late 1800s. At least I like to think that. Lots and lots and lots of shotgun shells. Old shotgun shells. High brass, low brass. Old though. Kind of fun to find. After about the first couple hundred, you get tired of them. Lots of fired bullets. Lots and lots of fired bullets. And more than anything, trash. That's just one bucket load of trash from the last 3 or 4 months. Digging lots of trash. But like I said, that's most of what you dig. Sometimes you got to dig it. You know, when it gives you a signal it's dig worthy, you got to dig it. But that's my relic table. That's some of my finds. Just thought I'd share it with you.